For our Do Yourself a Favor segment, logo still missing, we have the bonus scenes for The Iron Giant, which you can find on YouTube. If you look up The Iron Giant deleted scenes, and there's part 1 and part 2, the username is appen1, APPEN1, information to appear there, and annotations to appear here. The scene basically comprises of a dream that the giant has as he's fallen asleep wondering about these concepts of life and death, and he has a memory of what happened back on his home planet and what his life used to be like then when he was essentially just a war machine. And in a special dual-part Do Yourself a Favor, we have another selection from YouTube. It's Duck and Cover, which is a 1951 short film that was made to teach children about how you can survive a nuclear blast. In The Iron Giant, there's a moment when Hogarth is in a classroom, and they show a video very much like Duck and Cover, which is called Atomic Holocaust. It's a very funny little part of the movie, obviously one that adults are going to understand, but that is based off of Duck and Cover, which stars a character called Bert the Turtle. Another great thing about this film is that when you watch it, you'll get a sense of the paranoia that something like this would induce. For one, it's saying you need to be ready for atomic holocaust at any second. If there's ever a bright flash, just lie down on the ground and cower up in a fetal position. At the same time, giving people the idea that, oh no, you can survive this. Hint, you can't. One of the problems, of course, with the idea of Duck and Cover is that it says nothing about nuclear fallout. So if you survive the first shockwave, you'll probably still die of radiation anyway. The Duck and Cover won't really help you from that. It is pretty crazy when you think about it, what they were saying could actually happen, and the effect that this would have on the national psyche. And you see this effect actually in the movie The Iron Giant, where they're always talking about nuclear weapons and the Russians and Sputnik, the Sputnik satellite, which had actually been launched in the year 1957, which is the year that the film takes place. But still, as a piece of history and a piece of sort of Cold War propaganda, it's a very interesting video to watch. It's only 10 minutes long. And after this scene, we have our Movies That Matter segment with director Miranda July, so stick around for that. So check out a scene now from Duck and Cover.
Getting ready means we will all have to be able to take care of ourselves. The bomb might explode when there are no grown-ups near. Paul and Patty know this, and they're always ready to take care of themselves. Here they are on their way to school on a beautiful spring day. But no matter where they go or what they do, they always try to remember what to do if the atom bomb explodes right then. It's a bomb. Duck and cover. Paul and Patty know what to do. Paul covered the back of his head so that he wouldn't be burned, and Patty covered herself with the coat she was carrying. They knew how to duck and cover.
In our Movies That Matter segment, we have a brief interview with Miranda July. Miranda July is an artist, both writing, stage, performance, really everything, and also movies. She made a film called Me and You and Everyone We Know, which did very well. It won the Camera d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, really put her on the map in terms of indie filmmakers. And her second movie is called The Future. It came out just a few weeks ago. It's a very good movie. One of the more interesting things about her, though, is that she went to high school with me in Oakland, California. She was 2 grades older than me, so she didn't really know me, and I knew she didn't know who I was. We talked about that a little bit when I interviewed her a few weeks ago, but as usual, I always ask, what is a movie that meant a lot to you or that changed the way that you really thought about a group of people or an issue? She struggled a bit to answer the question, I think only because she really wanted to give me a real, accurate answer. I still think it's kind of funny what she said, but anyway, here is Movies That Matter with director and artist Miranda July. Were there movies that you remember seeing growing up or even when you were younger that really kind of changed your opinion about some issue or made
Right.
you empathize with someone, the type of person that you never thought you might?
Oh, well, I don't, I mean, sure, there's like the crunking documentary, if that's what you mean. Like, I didn't know about crunking before, and then all I wanted to do was crunk. If that's, that's not like a movie I usually bring up ever, but I'm trying to answer your question well.